Hey guys, Revan here, and welcome back to a brand new series that we're going to be doing. Unfortunately, we had some issues with MC Eternal, and I'll get into those later. So I thought I'd try a new mod pack here. I picked AstroBlock mainly because of the fact that I really haven't played a whole lot around with Galacticraft, and there's a few other mods in here that I thought I'd give a try. So I know it's a little bit of an older pack, but I hope you enjoy it. So sit back, enjoy the episode, and let's see what we can't get done. All right, so we are playing AstroBlock mainly because of the fact that it's got Galacticraft in it. As a matter of fact, it heavily relies on Galacticraft, and to be honest, I really haven't played around with it a lot. So it's one of the main reasons I picked this pack. I know it can be a little bit slow on the get-go, but there are some pretty neat things in here that I do want to check out. So first things first, we have our quest book, and we need to collect this first one. It looks like you are stranded in an asteroid. In order to survive, you'll need to find better ways to maintain, upgrade your power, and oxygen generation. All right, so let's click on that. And we get a totem of advancing head. I'm not really sure what that's about. And then we have our tier 1 full kit, which should give us our oxygen tank. I believe, yeah, so that gave us our thermal padding, light oxygen, and oxygen gear. So with this, we can actually go out like into this room over here, which doesn't actually have oxygen in it. Like if I were to, let's say, take this off and come out here, I would instantly start taking damage. So if you're going to go out into space or any place that doesn't have an oxygen scrubber or an oxygen sealer, you're going to take damage. So we definitely need to do that. And then up here, we have our oxygen storage module, which I believe, I'm not sure if it's this one or this one, oxygen compressor. So this is where we actually store our oxygen tanks. And they do provide you with a medium one. So we can actually swap out one of our light oxygen tanks with a medium oxygen tank right off the bat. I'm not really sure what the oxygen storage module does, to be completely honest with you. But so we are started in, and essentially all we have is this little room, titanium crates with a little bit of food, grapple, and some string, and some anti-radiation. Since we are out in space, we are taking radiation over time, as you can see in the lower side of the screen, lower right side. Very low radiation consumed, but as I spend more time outside, it's actually going to increase the amount of radiation. Now, I believe this thing right here, this cryogenic chamber, will reduce the oxygen, but it's a little bit glitched out. So we are going to eventually have to move that. So what does the quest book want us to do? All right, so it wants us to essentially collect our oxygen mask, our oxygen gear, and the light oxygen tank, which we already got from the full kit. So if we just take all of this off, that should be good for the quest, I believe. Let's see, yes. And we get another common reward and thermal protection. So we just have to take off our thermal protection. Now this is going to protect us against a little bit of radiation. It's not the best to begin with, but it does work for now. So let's see here. We completed this. And then the next step is going to be a tier 1 space suit. But I believe for this we need aluminum, if I'm not mistaken here. Let's see, unprepared space helmet, which is aluminum ingots. All right, so we're not quite there yet. First things first, we need to chop down some wood. So when you start off, oh, you got to jump on the pad here. You're given a single tree on the outside of your spaceship, and this is what is actually creating the oxygen for you. One thing I probably should do is this switch right here is actually going to turn on your machine. So you can kind of turn it on and off. So if you're not going to be in the spaceship for a while, like if you're going to go out and start exploring some of the asteroids that you see in the distance there, just give this a flick and turn it off, and that will actually save some of your power. Because as of right now, we're only working with a basic solar panel, and that's, I think it's only producing like 2 RF a tick. So if you're not going to be around your base, just, you know, give that flick, just give that switch a flick. All right, so thankfully we have excavate in here, and as you can see, we are in space, so we have very low gravity. So items are going to kind of fly up, and they won't go forever. They'll just go up a ways and then eventually come back down. But you kind of want to watch where they land, because sometimes they will, you know, fall off the edge. So let's twerk ourselves another tree here. And since we're at it, let's go back down. Yeah, gotta find the crafting bench. There it is. We're just gonna craft up some sticks and make ourselves a crook, and then turn that into a compressed crook, just so it lasts a little bit longer. And then we'll go up and grab a few more trees here. So leaves. So just like normal ex nihilo, we get some silkworms and a bunch more saplings. But we just need to collect just a few of the basic resources. I might get rid of these half slabs. They're kind of annoying, but let's toss one of the silkworms up in there and then go back down to see what our next quest is going to be. All right. So we'll toss this totem in here until I actually know what this is doing. I'm not going to hold on to it. Silkworms. We have a Minecraft book, an apple for some food. But we were going to take just a couple of these canned foods, because I shouldn't say I think, they have a lot better regeneration properties than just the apple does. And we don't need the paper either. We can also go into our options, controls, quest, and we'll just toss that to subtract. That's good. And so we can actually toss our quest book in here. That way we can just hit our hotkey, which apparently didn't save. There it is. Accidentally turned it to the right click here. All right. Crook. So it wants us to get some string, which we can probably complete just by taking this out of here. So the string we use for the grapple hook, that's one of the things that you use to get back and forth between the different meteorites. All right, so what do we get for this? Another common reward, and now it wants us to go to some asteroids. But before we do that, I'm going to chop down a few more trees so that we can have a few more saplings, so that we can actually get into making of water. And you know, you do that just the normal way with ex nihilo. You're going to take 6 logs, make an oak crucible, and then you're going to toss some saplings into it. We don't have too many to use right now. Ooh, we got a copper canister. Not sure what that's going to be used for later, but you can just toss apples or oak saplings into the crucible, and that'll produce you water. So I'm just going to go up and harvest a few more trees, and I'll bring you guys back. But first, we're going to get us some string. Apparently I don't got enough ups here. All right, I'll be right back, guys. All right, well, we collected up almost a stack of wood and almost a stack of saplings, so we can toss that in there and slowly work towards our water. We still need to find iron in order to make a bucket, but for now, we'll leave it at that. We can toss our silkworms up in there, the tin canister, which honestly, I don't know what those are for. Let's see. Canisters. Okay, so these are all for oxygen tanks. And what was the other one? A copper canister? Let's see here. This is for a tier 1 rocket engine. So that's good. So we already have a component that we'll need for the rocket engine. I do want to take some more of the food preserves. We can toss this in. I want to grab some of this desh here because we can actually utilize that to make a first pickaxe. So we need to get 2 desh sticks, and there we go. We have a desh pickaxe. Now what we should probably also do is, so we don't use all of that, grab some of our wood here. And let's see here. Can we make a regular crafting table? Yes, we can. So we'll keep that on us because the next thing that we need to do in the quest is mosey on out to one of the asteroids that we have outside. And we need to, what is it? Collect 64 asteroid rocks. Now there's going to be 2 different color of asteroid rock, but as far as I know, they count the same. And we use this to produce cobblestone. So once we get out there, we can use the dash pickaxe for a little bit and then work our way over to the stone tools that are a little bit more disposable. So let's try to figure out the best asteroid that we can get to. And unfortunately, a lot of these are going to have some pretty nasty mobs on it since we have no armor. All right, well, we have a nice large asteroid beneath us, so we'll just jump down here. And you don't have to be worried about dying in this pack. If you die, you keep your inventory. So if I die, I'm just gonna respawn up in there since I slept in the bed / cryo chamber. All right, so let's try to make our way down a little bit off the beaten path here. And we need to find a place that we can get over inside the asteroid. That one over there might actually work a little bit better. But we kind of have to watch out for skeletons because they will shoot us off because they're not friendly. All right. And then we can just come over here and use the grappling hook to get into the asteroid itself, and so that we're not completely blocked out from any type of light source. We'll leave this open for now, and then we'll just kind of dig our way in here, and then I believe if you combine these 2, yes, we can get cobblestone. So let's grab some sticks, toss down a workbench, and make us a couple stone pickaxes. That way we can just vein mine that and toss you out. There we go. This way we'll be able to collect the meteor rock a lot faster. We just kind of have to chase after it. Now these asteroids will also have a core sometimes, and that core will be one of the ores. I believe it's like iron, titanium, aluminum can be in there, so we're gonna have to keep an eye out for that as well. And this 0 gravity gets annoying relatively quickly. All right, so we'll make up some more cobble and a few more sticks. All right, so quest-wise, we got the asteroid. So we're going to get a nice plastic jetpack. So it's not the best thing in the world, but it'll get us to where we need to be. It's a lot better than having to use the grappling hook. All right, we get another dash pickaxe. And what do we get for the cobble? We just get a common reward. So the common ores, we need to find 16 iron ores or iron shards. And it says some asteroids have a core which is rich in ores. These can include, I'm not going to pronounce that, ilmenite, iron, aluminum, silicone, solid meteoric iron, which if we find one of those, we really need to harvest that because the meteoric iron is going to come in big time later on in the pack when we need to build all of the rockets. That's one of the major components. diamond ore, and so forth. And one time when I first loaded this pack up and kind of gave it a try, I did find one of the meteors that was full of grass and glowstone. So I was able to get dirt relatively quickly, but we can also make dirt with this asteroid rock. I believe it's just, is it just dirt and cobblestone? Yeah. And we are running low on food. I think that was what was hurting us. Our oxygen tank is still good. Yeah, so it's got to be food. All right, let's just keep mining here. Actually, we have our ocelot pet, which gives us night vision. So we'll toss that on real quick so it's a little bit brighter. But this meteor might not have a core, which is a bit unfortunate. Toss you guys over there and take you two. Don't want to be wasting the dash pickaxe if we don't have to. But yeah, I'm gonna say that this meteor doesn't have a core. I'll kind of go through a few more pickaxes here. Oh, and we're already out of food already. That's the problem with one, being in space. We can't hear when we're taking damage, and two, vein mining. We run out very quickly. So I'm just gonna do a little bit more digging here, and then if we don't find anything, I'm gonna head back to the base, drop this stuff off, and head out for a couple other asteroids to see if I can't find any what's the word I'm looking for here? Any ores. But I don't really think that I need to bring you guys along with that. I'll bring you back if we actually find ore, so I can show you what it looks like inside of the meteor. But yep, until then, let me just get things situated here, and I'll be right back. All right, so we stop back at the base here to refill our oxygen tanks, and in the meantime, I want to get a little bit of charcoal going. So let's see here. We need to make 2 of the furnace slabs in order to make a furnace. Now the furnace slabs are the same thing as a furnace, except they can only hold half as much. But you can just craft them into a regular furnace if you want. So we can just toss this here, and we'll toss you in there, and there we go. Then we have a few more wood. So we are going to have to make some more wood. So in order to do that, so that I'm not constantly chopping down the tree that I have up there, I need to make a few more dirt. So I'm going to say 5 should be good. Yeah, that's more than enough. And we can we don't need a full stack of that. We can toss these in there and grab a few of these. So we'll just come up here and, all right, so let's just get these guys all grown up. And of course we get a big tree. And we have our little jetpack so we can kind of zip around as needed. But that will give us a little bit more wood. And that way we also don't have to worry about chopping this down. As you can see, the little particles, the oxygen collector is pulling in the tree itself, so, or the oxygen from the tree. So we can kind of come over here and we can start making some charcoal, because I believe one of our quests here, I think it was the anti-rad potions, requires 16 charcoal to complete. So once we get that, we'll get a bucket, and that way we can get water and all this other good stuff. And we already actually have a bucket of water right here, but we need to make I shouldn't say we need to. I want to make an infinite water supply, because my ocelot pet will actually catch fish, which is its food, if it's near water. So I kind of want to try to not abuse that, but utilize that a little bit. And yeah, we'll just toss you in there. And we can just take half of the wood when we actually start go collecting. We don't need cobble because we'll get the asteroid block when we're out there. We have our extra dash pickaxe. We can toss this in there. The light we'll toss over here. Food we're still okay on because I don't want to be eating the cooked fish. So, yeah, I'm going to go out and look for some. Actually, can we move this? Oh, yeah, this thing kind of is a little bit buggy. If you break the middle section, it just bugs out. I'm going to see if I can put this right there. And yeah, that's significantly better. Doesn't glitch us all over the place like it did over here. So I'm going to go out and do some searching around the asteroids and see if we can't find some ores. All right, well, we found our first ore here. Looks like we got the one that I can't pronounce, ilmenite. So let's just gather up as much of this as we can, and let's see, we get iron shards from it and titanium shards. So I'm just gonna kind of make sure that there's plenty of it around here. So we're gonna harvest as much of this as we can. And then we're going to stay on the lookout for more meteorites because we do need to find that aluminum in order to make the spacesuit. But for now, I am just going to collect all of this up and then head over to the next meteorite. So that first asteroid had a little bit more iron in it than I was expecting, and I had to come back to the base to actually start smelting some of it down before I went to my next one. So while I'm here, like we showed earlier, the ores actually, I believe it was which one was it? The water bucket. So the anti-rad potions actually gave us a bucket, which allowed us to finish the water bucket quest, but it also gives us a blaze rod, 4 blaze powder, and 12 crystals. I'm sorry, 12 glass bottles. And the reason it does that is it wants us to actually make come over here. If I can remember vanilla Minecraft here, it wants us to make a brewing stand. So this brewing stand, it's going to allow us to make our anti-rad potions. So as of right now, we're in space. The radiation is not too high, but as we go to other planets and stuff like that, the radiation is going to get pretty intense. So I think we can just... I think we should just take the water from a single block here. Yeah. So that's just going to be water bottles and I believe blaze powder and charcoal. And that should give us our rad away there. So I'm just going to make up a bunch of this stuff. And I wonder can we make any backpacks yet? Music's kicking on in the background. All right, so we need cowhide, which we don't have yet, so we can't make any backpacks yet until we get the cowhide. I don't think we're gonna get that anytime soon. Tanning rack, yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait on that, but as you can see, we got some anti-rad and we can just toss that up in there and that should make us the rest. So I'm gonna make these up and I'm gonna head out to a few more asteroids and hopefully we can find aluminum so that we can start working on our spacesuits. But right off the bat here, aha, infinite water source. So I'm also curious to see if my little ocelot pet here actually starts catching fish while he's not doing anything. So I'm going to toss some of this stuff away. And I'll bring you guys back when we find another meteorite that has some new and interesting ores in it. And so we actually found something good here. Looks like we got some solid meteoric iron. Like I said before, we're actually going to need this for building our rocket ships later on and a few other things. So I'm just going to kind of seal this off to be safe here and harvest up as much as this as I possibly can. I don't know how big... the actual mines are going to be. So let me toss down a crafting table. Another thing that I'm looking for as I'm kind of jetpacking around here is there will be like little space station type dealies, structures that you can find, and it's essentially just, you know, free material. You can get the blocks that your spaceship is made out of, along with a few other things. I think we need to find one in order to get a NASA workbench, but I mean, we're a ways off from actually being ready for a rocket, so I'm not in a huge hurry for that. But this solid meteoric iron was definitely a score. I still haven't found aluminum, but I haven't actually checked any of the ice meteors, so that's actually what I want to go to next after this one here. So let me just collect my workbench and be on my way. And what do you know? The first little ice block that I hit from, where was I? Right over there. I just kind of flew over here with the jetpack. Actually has aluminum in it. So we definitely scored on this one. Hopefully this will be enough to actually make, no, don't go down there, make our spacesuits. But it is a very small meteorite, so that may be all the, oh wait, no. Spoke too soon. That might be all the aluminum that's in there. Ooh. All right, we need to get back to the base. Cue dramatic music. I don't have any dramatic music. We might actually make it. We're losing 1 health point about every 10 seconds. Let me in. Ooh. That was close. All right. Yeah. So oxygen. Good. No oxygen. Bad. What do we got to go into here? Yes. Toss you in there. All right. Let me unload this stuff over here. So we have almost 2 stacks of aluminum. So yeah, we should definitely be good on making our spacesuit. We also have about 1.5 stacks of the meteoric iron. Like I said, we're going to need a lot of this. So the more I can find early game, the better. Well, I'd like to say that I was out here for a short period of time flying around, and that would be a lie. So guys, I finally did find a little space station over here. Fortunately, it took me a long time. I found it, I marked it, and then I had to fly back to the base to refill my jetpack and my oxygen. On the way there, I did find another station, but it's a little bit harder to get to. It had more of the asteroid rock on top, and that was actually being swarmed by these guys over here. These will have some nice little things on it, like this block of dash. We're just gonna break this so the creeper can't come over if it tries to. You can get some of these arc lamps, which can come in handy for lighting up your own ship. I believe these are just walkways, so most of this stuff is just going to be really just for decoration, but some of the things will come in handy, like the dash blocks. That's mainly what I'm getting, because the dash pickaxe is, I believe it's the equivalent to a diamond pickaxe, and since we're not into Ex Nihilo yet, we haven't begun sieving or anything like that, it's really just an easy way to, oh gosh, I'm sorry. Oh boy. I'm probably gonna die here. This jetpack does not allow for quick access, so let's just hope that he falls to his demise. I will eventually need to hunt Endermen, because you can get a nifty little transporter device. But I'm a little bit of ways off from here. This gold heart, I'm not sure what this does. I think that just refills my hearts. Creepers. Knock off if you can. There we go. All right, so let's get into this space station here. I think I got all the dash that was on the outside. And there is a Zombert down there waiting to eat my face. All right. We should be able to take care of him because of this gravity, but skeletons are not pleasant. You can almost just not even get up close to them. Let's see. Hearts. I think these just refill your hearts themselves. What did I get? A totem of diffusing head. Maybe that's stops creepers. So here we get our Astrominer base. which I think is kind of like a void ore miner. Like I said, I've only very seldom or slimly played around with Galactic Craft. I think I was on Project Ozone 3, and that was really just to get from one planet to another. So I don't really know a lot about it. But we're going to take this stuff since it's free. So we're just going to kind of go through here, collect everything we can. The sealable aluminum wires, I don't really think we need. That's just if we're going to be running wire in and out of the ship. But we can always kind of come back here. And what do we got? We have a buggy fueling pad. We'll take it. And then I believe these things are just screens. So if you click on them, they'll kind of change positions. As you can see, we have, it looks like this is our spaceship, the Earth, and I'm assuming that's the moon. So they can do different things depending on how many times you click on them. And I also think that the telemetry unit in the back has something to do with it, but we don't need those right now. Those are really just decoration. Let's see here. We have some magnetic crafting benches, which we'll take. And we'll take the rocket launch pads, because that way we don't have to actually make rockets, which is awesome. Or make launch pads. Let's see what else we got here. This stuff, the first time I played around with this pack, like I said, I loaded it up. I found one of these space stations that was right next to my base, and I broke one of these. And it was not a good idea. These little green leech things come flying out, and they attack you, and they're super small. They're super hard to hit, so don't break these. You do get a fluid tank from it. So if you can break one and get in and out quickly enough, you know, good on you. I am going to take the airlock controller and another one of these doors just so that we have an extra. These are really just going to be extra building blocks for when I increase the size of our base. And then we could take the glass too, but that's Skelly. He's scary. What do we got over here? Oh, there is a way down. I think there's just 2 floors of the... Oh, sweet baby Jeebus. Are you going to kill me? You probably would have. Let's regen a little bit of health and go back down there for him. We're almost out of food too, so I am definitely going to get into Ex Nihilo so I can get the seeds and start planting stuff, because the trees, they don't really provide me with many apples. Oh gosh, how many of you guys are there? All right, well, that was a short trip. I'll go back there a little bit later to get my stuff, or not my stuff, but the rest of the stuff. All right, so let's dump off what we get. All right, so what is next on the good old quest line here? Let's see here. That is not the quest line. All right, so we completed the water buckets. The next thing that we need to make is the compressor, and that is going to take electricity. So before we make that, can we make a coal generator? So we're going to need some iron, some copper. Iron, aluminum. So yeah, we have to figure out where we're going to get copper from in order to make this coal gen. So I'm going to have to dig into that. Where did I get Certus quartz dust from? Oh, we'll toss that in there. All right, so as far as our quests go, we have a couple that we completed. The plastic jetpack that it gave us, we get a rare reward for that. We made a chest, so we get a common reward for that. Basic backpack, again, I'm not quite sure how we're going to get into that until we actually get animals. And then we completed a quest for the ocelot, which was a quest reward item. The compressor itself is pretty much just iron, if I remember correctly. Do we have enough oxygen? Yeah, we do. So if we come up here, we need an iron hammer, which is basic. Then we're going to need 7 pieces of iron and an iron plate. So let's just grab this. 2, 1, 2. All right, so then we'll just grab ourselves a hammer. And then I think it was just like this, right? Compressor. Yay! Oh, this runs off of charcoal. Okay, I thought this was running off of fuel. That's my bad. Where did that go? It's lost forever. All right. So if we grab a little bit more charcoal here, toss this in here, and what can we make with the compressor? So copper into plates. My question is, can I crush like cobblestone into gravel? Oh, 2 rotten flesh equal cowhide, so it is worth it for us to go hunt some zombies here. All right, so sand makes dust, and gravel and cobblestone. Okay, so if we fill that up like that, that should make us a stack of what am I with? Yeah, gravel. And good gosh, that's loud. Oh, did they? Huh, they gave me a danknol. Nice. I just noticed that. I'm very fast at things in life. All right. What does this give us? Just a common reward. Oh, we got 2 ender pearls. Nice. The next thing it wants us to do is to do some sieving. I don't think I have any more wood, so I'm going to chop down some trees so that we can make a sieve and everything like that. And then I'll be right back. Okay, well, through the magic of twerking, we have more wood, and I'm burning it up to make more charcoal. And I am going to start making the stuff that I need so that I can eventually get to a hopping bonsai. I don't have to chop down trees anymore. In the meantime, let me see if, let's see here, music. I wonder if there's a note block. Not sure what that's going to be connected to, but all right. We need to make a, what was it? A sieve, just a basic one. And we can now have our flint stiffened mesh, but I don't want to use the regular sieve. I want, if I can spell it correctly here, I want the heavy sieve, mainly because of the fact that because of the space confinements that we have here, it's just going to make things a lot easier. All right, so let's just go like that. And then I think we also need just a regular string one for the dirt. Because in order to get the different seeds and stuff, you need to sieve dirt. And I believe dirt only goes through string. So we can grab this. And sorry about that. That was my timer telling me that this episode is going a little bit long. But we'll just toss. Did we get yeah, we'll just toss you on there for now. So it wants us to make dust. Okay. All right. So having multiple of these guys is going to be of our benefit here. So I'm going to get this started, kind of work towards that. As far as the next quest goes, we can claim this reward. And the next thing we need to do is redstone, glowstone, lapis blaze, and that's all stuff that we're going to get from sieving. So I'm not going to bore you guys with the sieving process because we all know how entertaining that is. Between episodes, I am going to try to figure out where we're supposed to get coal from. I don't think it's one of the asteroids. I'm sorry, not coal, copper. I don't think it's one of the asteroids, and I'm not showing it as a drop from Ex Nihilo, so I'm not really sure about that. Is that guy going to hit us? Apparently meteors can hit us. Sorry. I'm like I have a very low attention span. I'm like, ooh, what's that? Piece of candy. But unfortunately, it looks like we are out of time. So as always, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please do so. It helps me out greatly. And until next time, stay awesome, be safe, and I'll see you guys later.